And welcome to another episode of the Philly BroCast. I am your host, Ryan.
And I'm Ryan. What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? What's going
How's it
on
going?
tonight? How are you?
Beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day. Loving
Yeah,
it.
it's turned out it was a kind of a crappy morning, but man, did it turn out real nice today, huh?
Absolutely. Got outside, played some hoops. Loved it. It was
What
great.
more can you ask for? Speaking of what more can you ask for? We're actually going to start with the Phillies tonight. They have been on fire as of late, winning 9 out of 10. They won last night against those pesky Miami Marlins, who we always seem to have some issues with, but they were able to win it. Walk-off Reis Hoskins, his first walk-off hit, by the way, which I found astonishing. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised they were able to beat the Marlins, especially having basically their best pitcher on the mound. They find ways to win during this streak, so let's hope they can keep it going. But we had always been talking about, oh, well, we don't need to, mid-June or, whatever, when we need to start talking or worrying whether or not we need to, be worried about the season or be excited about the season. I know we said we kind of pushed it to midway, but where are you at right now after this nice little win streak?
Still at the level of concerned. You're still missing pieces. I believe we talked about it before, center field, you're missing pitching.
Right.
But overall, I'm pleased. I'm very happy. But, honestly, it's one of those situations where I'm pessimistically optimistic. I don't know if that's how it goes.
Until they got a top fan badge, you have to acknowledge Pride Month. Yeah, absolutely. Happy Pride Month, everybody. That's fine. I'm pretty sure on my personal page I posted something, but hey, Dylan, you do you, man. You're a top fan, so these are the perks.
Yep, wear the badge of honor.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry, you were saying.
It's okay. No, but overall, there's a lot to be excited about, especially the way Bryce is hitting. I mean, 15 home runs, batting .318. I mean, just a monster. 46 RBIs. He's been a beast. The way Didi's been hitting, I mean, he's been one of the reasons why this team has been so, on fire of late. I mean, he has been a spark to this team. And then, it's good to see Reis get his first walk-off of any fashion, which is cool and fun. It is kind of surprising,
right?
But then again, the way that his career has been so far, it's also not surprising. He's consistently inconsistent. So,
go ahead.
I mean, so the pitching is still a question mark for me. We just lost Segura until mid-August.
He just got pushed from the 10 to the 60 day.
Yeah. So I mean, that's going to be tough because there's a little bit of hitting, a little bit of D. I know people are like, "Oh, his defense is really not that great," but it's still an all-star. That's like you're missing from your team, essentially.
Yeah, and you've been trekking up kind of a random infielder, if you will. None other, perfect example tonight, Yaro Muñoz, who they just acquired, and they basically brought him up. They sent down Mickey Moniak, which it's unfortunate. It's one of those things where, like, I get it. He's not doing the best right now, but like, let him be up here and let him struggle. Let him work it out.
If you don't mind, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you don't mind me posing this question, and I feel like it's kind of obvious, but like, considering the team is hot and he is like very low production, you would have to imagine that you send him down because it might hurt the team. This is not really the time to like test out players. I understand where you're coming from, by the way.
Yeah, no,
I completely get what you're saying.
That. I just think you're messing with him too much. You gotta let him be a big leaguer. Let him go through the struggles. Like, have faith in him, then he'll figure it out. And let him join this team in production. I just, again, I don't understand what this Munoz kid is going to do. That being on the squad rather than having Moniak right now. So, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, like I said, I'm glad they were able to beat the Marlins last night. For whatever reason, the Miami Marlins has been a thorn in our side over the last God knows how long. And honestly, when you really think about it, if we would have beat the Marlins as we should in many of the games, considering they were the worst team. We always seem to play down to them, but they really had an impact on us not making the playoffs the last couple of years, and that's because we couldn't beat this team. So if we can get over that hump, get them out of our heads and beat them here, win this series again, and win another series in a row. Considering we're also going to be playing Washington next, again, this hot streak of theirs could really continue if they can get over the mental hub of the Miami Marlins.
Yeah, it's been obviously baffling for all of our fan base, considering that, like you said, they are bottom of the barrel. Like, they are not a good team overall, but they just kick the crap out of us every time. I mean, it's not even like, they beat us at the beginning of the year, but we got them back. No, it is all year, every time, every series, they seem to pull it out. And I'm not sure what it is, if they just get fired up, if they have a rivalry with us that we don't know about. We don't know about. I mean, there's probably some like bar down in Miami that's just like, we hate the Phillies so much. And it's like, why? But anyway, I couldn't agree with you more that this is an opportunity for them to continue this hot streak, continue their hitting, and really, again, like get fine-tuned on those fundamentals. Continue to work, continue to get better. It's the sum of marginal gains. You just want to get 1% better every game that you're out there. And I mean, if they continue to do that and hit the way they're hitting, I mean, even Schwarber, like, he'll have his moments. He's batting .212 right now. .212. That's really not that great, but like, he comes in clutch, and it's like maybe he can turn it around. I mean, you were hating on JT for a little bit there. He's still middle of the road, but he's not declining or going up. So I mean, he's right in the middle there at 244.
Yeah.
So I mean.
So just a little Schwarb's knowledge. Over the last 7 games, he's batting .310 with 7 RBIs. Over the last 15 games, .271, 6 home runs over the last 15 games, 12 RBIs. Like, so the last 2 weeks, he's been picking it up and just getting hotter. And yes, I think we obviously focus on the times where he may strike out with runners in scoring position and yada, yada, yada. But
one ball.
Yeah, exactly. And like, he just, whatever, like you said, he tends to come up clutch when we really need him. And like I said, he's been hot the last 2 weeks during this streak. So, again, he's part of the reason why they are where they are. But, first and foremost, it comes down to Bryce Harper. The man is tearing the cover off the ball. He is absolutely the leader on this team. And this team is following him into this, streak. The fact that they won 9 games in a row after firing, 8 after the firing the manager, but 9 total after firing a manager and bringing in somebody that nobody really knew about, Mr. Stowe. I mean, there are so many memes right now going on.
I love this dude. This guy is. I'm rooting for him.
I am all for it. The best one was the one that's like Thompson will come hold the door for you, say "Go Birds," and then run you over in the Wawa parking lot.
That's exactly right. That's the type of guy that we want leading this team.
Oh, 100% couldn't agree more. So no, exactly. I think and then all the stuff is coming out about Girardi, where Castellanos said, "Yeah, I may have had one or two conversations with the man."
Yeah.
What?
Brand new player on the team.
Brand new player on the team. Good all-star player. And you barely acknowledge him? No wonder Castellanos said, like, I haven't really been comfortable here yet. Like, I'll figure it out. But, like, you got to assume that had almost everything to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we were talking about. He's there's a culture that has to be built up. And he was like a poison to our culture. I mean, and sometimes when you make that change, it can have a drastic effect, and we're seeing that clearly as of right now. He seems to be the issue, or he seems to have been the issue, and it's fantastic. Also, speaking of fantastic, Miami's up 4-0 already. They hit two run home runs, so I forget who's pitching tonight.
Did I speak too soon?
Oh, it's Eflin. See, I'm pissed that Eflin's struggling right now because he's been doing better, and that's another thing. Like, we just paid him too, so it's like, come on, man, you gotta step up. But
oh, dude, it's the first inning. My God,
I know. That's what's tough. Now, this is a great way to see what type of manager Thompson is. It's like, are you going to let him stick it out? Are you going to pull him, if he has another bad inning, and just pull him after 2 and see what you got? It's like, we'll see. I don't think Thompson's been faced with many decisions like this so far, just because of the way that we've been winning.
Right. They've been hitting the cover off the ball, so we haven't really needed to have him step in and, do anything. Dylan checks in again. Bryce said the Eagles are winning the Super Bowl. Then he woke up and realized we still have a noodle arm. That's mean. That's mean, bro. Why is everybody hating on Jalen Hurts so much? Come on.
Do you really have to ask why?
I mean, I know why, but
it's frustrating because you know what you have and you're hoping for the best. With this team, we don't run on hope. Like, we have hope. We have high hopes.
If that was the case, we'd win every year. There's so much blind hope in this city in the beginning of every season. That's the thing.
And now people are opening their eyes and being critical. And then there's people like you, like, don't hate on Jalen Hurts. It's like, no. Give him all the hate.
So, okay.
Take him to the haters' ball. Hate.
No, me and Eric had this discussion last night on the Football Smack Talk show about Jalen Hurts. What I don't understand is why there are people that are actively rooting against him. You may not like him. You may not think he is the guy. You may not think he is a franchise quarterback. But as an Eagles fan, you cannot tell me that the best possible outcome for this team to be better and to get where they need to go, considering the assets that they have next year, that having him be the guy, or at least the guy moving forward, is not the best option, rather than him sucking, crashing, and burning and us starting over again at the quarterback position.
I agree. Yes. The best thing for the team is for him to be the guy, produce, and get us to the playoffs, and hopefully more than one, but at least one playoff win. Right. That is the hopes. But it's the way that we've been burned, man. I mean, you have to remember, like, we just got burned thinking that we had the guy. We had our franchise quarterback. So it's like,
so why are you going to already just put up that
because
wall?
we saw what he has, and it's a lot of inaccuracy.
I'm sorry, I don't accept that. That's not the Philly way. Guess what? You stick in there, you root for your team, not individual players. It's about the front, not the back, right?
He's the most important. It's the most important position in sports.
But I understand he is, but there's a difference between being critical and actively rooting against. And there is too much active rooting against him right now.
I don't understand the active rooting against, because technically
it makes zero sense.
We're not even in football right now, so it's like, what are you rooting against him in a 7-on-7 with his own team? Like, yeah, I don't understand why you're rooting against him.
I think we figured it out though. I think people, given the social media climate that we live in right now, I think people like being right more than they do about having their team be its best. People love saying, "Oh, hey, I told ya. I said Hurts would suck, man. He freaking sucks. Ha ha ha, I'm right." Like, people die to say that shit.
That's like rolling the dice and saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna get higher than a 1." It's like, yeah, well, you have a lot of chances to say you're gonna get higher than a 1, but you've also seen that this guy can play. This guy has room to grow and has a decent ceiling. It's just the minor things that you're looking for him to change, right. And that would make major results.
Right.
But the people that are harping on this is that they're saying that what they're seeing, the eye test, is that he cannot get to that point. He cannot get to a top 10, top tier quarterback. He can't get there. That's what they're saying.
The last memory in their minds is the playoff game against Tampa. That's the last time they saw Jalen Hurts.
Well, that was a team loss. That wasn't just a Jalen Hurts loss.
I agree, but he didn't play great.
I think it's more of the whole season. Just thinking about the season, thinking about the missed passes, the overthrows, the things that we talked about multiple times. Right. Instead of doing a check down or instead of getting rid of the ball, he tries to force it.
But players can't progress? Players can't improve during an off season? I mean, honestly,
I'm not saying that, but the whole question.
I am not comparing him to Josh Allen in any way. But Josh Allen was not that great of a quarterback his first 2 years.
But
he took an incremental jump. An incremental jump in year 3.
You saw what you had with Josh Allen, though. You saw the big body. You saw the big arm.
Has Hurts not shown, granted maybe on a smaller size, those flashes that he can be a pretty good darn quarterback?
I don't know if he's shown that he can.
Josh Allen was inaccurate as all hell.
But it's just, yes, those changes for Josh Allen were incremental and were small, and we're getting better from year 1 to year 3.
Sure.
Jalen Hurts has leaps to go. Leaps.
So did Josh Allen.
Not small steps.
Josh Allen had leaps on when it came to his accuracy, dude.
Oof,
he was horrendously inaccurate. He was horrendously inaccurate. In fact, I'm sure if I looked up rookie to rookie, second year to second year, stats-wise, Jalen Hurts would be right there with him.
Well, it would have to be second year because technically his rookie year was 4 games. So
4 games, but I'm saying more of like the overall accuracy and placated over a full season. But I'm not saying that he is Josh Allen in any way. I am just using him as an example of somebody who had issues, who the fans were not thrilled about, and he took huge steps over the course of year 2 to year 3. And that's where Jalen Hurts is right now. And everything that we have heard from every, reporter that's been down there watching those OTAs and those 7-on-7s has been saying, man, he looks crisp. Man, he looks great. He is reading the defense. He is staying in the pocket. He is hitting receivers in stride. Those were literally the things we wanted him to work on, and they are reporting that is improved. And
So
that
the
is
first, I love hearing it. The first two things, you kind of take with a grain of salt, considering it's 7-on-7. It's
right. You're right.
But
You're right. You're right. I mean,
what
again, I'm
you
not
do
trying
want to
to
hear
say he's
is
winning
that
the Super Bowl.
he's putting it in the breadbasket. He's leading them. He's doing those things in which shows that he is improving.
Right.
That's key.
Absolutely.
So the rest is something that we're just going to have to wait and see, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, if you're telling me that this guy looked better this offseason compared to last offseason, then okay, that's a step that actually had to happen and can lead to success.
Absolutely.
But the rest of it is you're getting chased down by somebody, in the league, anybody in the league. You're getting chased down. You're rolling to your right. What do you do when a linebacker's staring at you? You think you're going to beat that guy, or do you just throw the ball, get rid of it, or those are the things that I wouldn't mind seeing. And I mean, if anybody tells me oh, he's got the legs, he's young, it's like, yeah, of course he does, but don't you want him to use that in a time when it's an actual play?
Right.
Wouldn't you want to see it? Yeah. Exactly.
I agree. And what up, D? He says, "Yo, gents, what it be? Bald Eagle, my man, Mr. Bald Eagle himself, Sean Cressman checks in. By the way, if you have not checked out his show every Wednesday, please do so. Philly Sports Alliance live every Wednesday. And in fact, Sean will be joining me and some of the gentlemen from the Painted Lines right up there. Right after this, we are doing the Birds of the Round Table. We're talking Eagles' top 5 plays. So we each have kind of a video montage that we're going to throw out there and talk about. So check us out right after this. Bald Eagle will be joining me. He says improved deep ball. Yeah, that's one of the many things that we said, hey, listen, the accuracy on the deep ball has got to get better. And I can, probably count on two hands the amount of tweets or saying, oh, Jalen Hurts just hit A.J. Brown over Bradbury for a deep ball. Right in the right in the hands. It's 7-on-7. It's a little different. It means something else, but you got to start there, right? You got to start by being good in 7-on-7s before you can start by being good in 11-on-11s in practice, and then bringing it to the game. So, the fact that no matter what you say, and listen, this is coming from me. I'm not necessarily a Hurts guy. I'm still on the fence. I still need to see these things. I'm not hating, though. I'm not actively rooting against the man. I want to see him take those steps that we've been talking about. I want him to sit in the pocket and go through his progressions and go through his reads. I want him to throw the ball and lead the receivers. You have A.J. Brown right now, who is a yak god. A yak god. You throw him the ball with a little bit of lead, boom, done. You have Quez Watkins. You throw him a little screen, boom, done. You have Devontae Smith. Same thing, fast as all hell. You have the receivers that can get the yards after catch. You just sometimes need to lead them a little bit better to give them those opportunities. And if he does that and that alone, I think that will show leaps and bounds how much better he is this offseason. Just that alone.
Absolutely. One of the big things with leading the receivers, the focus on the fact, like you were saying, with the yards after catch, but a lot of the time last year, and this happened a couple times with Dallas, this happened a couple times with Devontae, he put it in a spot where the guy can catch it, but not where he can progress.
Right.
And that's sort of what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. That is 100% what I am saying.
Yeah.
He can throw the ball and get it to the receiver, but you need to get it to the receiver so that they can
move instead of just
continue their route. Like most of the routes that these guys are doing are these crossing routes or these, other shorter routes that are designed for yards after catch. And if you are just getting them to them behind them or right there, but where they have to adjust, you're not maximizing the play. And the play is supposed to be lead the receiver, lead them and let them go. And that's all. That is like one of the biggest things that I really want him to improve on. And I think we have the receiving core that if you do even moderately improve that skill, I think it's going to show leaps and bounds. You're going to see a lot more yards from Smith, from Brown, from Watkins. And you know what? I think Hurts's numbers are going to balloon up as well. So I'm really hopeful that might be the one thing he improves the most on this offseason, outside of going through progressions. I think that's obviously a huge one to me.
Yeah, definitely. Just being smart with the ball. It's huge. He didn't really have a lot of issues, if I remember, with handling the football, if I'm not mistaken. Really didn't have too many fumbles, too many problems.
I mean, it was no Carson Wentz, right?
That's a fact. But it's one of those things where you continue your progression, you continue to listen to your coaches, to other players, especially someone like AJ. I mean, there you go. You need all around. This team can really fly, and a better passing game can lead to a better run game. A better run game can lead to a better pass game. It's all kind of dependent on each other. So
it's a circle. It's a
circle. Yeah. It goes around. It's a circle.
It's a circle. No, but the exciting thing about this team is that they have the pieces in place right now, and I get why there's a lot of pressure now on Hurts to be that guy, to improve, to become a part of the conversation rather than what's the weak point on your team? The quarterback, and
it sucks.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so if he can become like a top 12 quarterback, top third of the league,
why you wouldn't keep him.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yo, what's going on, Paul? What's up, brother? Paul checks in. I see more catches / yards from Devontae Smith, 1150 yards on about 65 to 70 receptions. Yeah, I think that might be perfect where he'll fall into. I think I'll see this. I disagree with AJ Brown with about 60 and about 850, but 10 to 12. All right, that actually makes up for the 850, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine, as you get towards the red zone, you're going to be using AJ a little bit more. Devontae showed that he can have that go up and get it type of catch and the playmaking ability. But yeah, with AJ and the big body and his ability to run routes, I definitely can see him being used a lot more towards that red zone.
Goddard another 60 to 65, 910 to 12. Okay,
please.
If all those happen, dude, forget about it. That offense is unreal.
You're like greatest show on turf territory.
Yeah, right. Let's say the Painted Lines checks in. What's up, Painted Lines?
What's up, Painted Lines? Base loaded for JT. Woo!
Yeah.
Come on, JT.
Come on. JT, listen, prove me wrong, brother. Prove me wrong, brother.
Hold on. I'm just going to reach back and grab my remote. I got to put this on.
I think he got out.
Why did you say that?
Well, because I'm literally watching like the game cast of it on one of my other screens. So, well, it was a valiant effort, JT. I hope there was no outs.
We'll see.
Perfect response.
It's so tough.
Did that end the inning? Yeah. It did, didn't it?
Jeez.
Yeah, it did. Son of a... See? I told you. JT sucks!
Oh, don't go there. Don't do that.
I'm there. I'm living there. I'm living there.
You can live there all you want, but you're
Dude,
eating your
he's
words.
batting 242. His OPS is 679, and he only got 3 home runs. Pick it up, bro.
He will pick it up. That's what I told you. He is a very consistent baseball player. He will pick it up.
Really sucky right now.
Oh yeah, is that why he's one of the best catchers in the league?
I feel like that was a long time ago at this point. Quez with about 35 and 6, a few TDs and a few big plays. He also added 6 to 8 TDs for Smith. Now listen, so you're saying even on the low end, that's 16, that's 26, and about 28 just from those guys alone, passing touchdowns. You know, you're not factoring in, Rager might get a few. Yeah, hell, he got a few last year. He got a couple last year. Don't hate on Rags.
I'm going to all year long.
So
that's a guy that I will consistently hate.
That means Hurts is hitting over 30 touchdown passes for sure. Potentially, maybe even 35 if things go well. But yeah, hey, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I love Paul's. I love Paul's enthusiasm. So
I mean, if that's where he should be, which is what we're talking about, making those leaps and bounds, then yeah, I mean, why not? Why not 30 plus touchdowns? Why not 3,500 plus yards? I mean, what's the standard now for a quarterback? If you're a good quarterback, you're getting 4 plus, 35 plus.
Yeah,
probably
35, maybe?
35 plus. I mean, like, if you want to be in that top tier, 30, 35 touchdowns and then 35 plus 100 yards.
Yeah, so Paul says 36 and 32. Yeah.
So that is exactly what we would need. And then 7 or 8 interceptions.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hopefully less than that.
Just wanted to welcome everybody in from the Painted Lines YouTube. For those of you who don't know, we have partnered up with Painted Lines, fantastic group of people, Philly like-minded gentlemen, so we currently stream on their YouTube, where a lot of you are popping in, and we do appreciate that. I love all the comments. We have met many great people from the Painted Lines YouTube chat, and I personally from the Discord that we have going on. But they also stream on our Facebook, so it's a nice little partnership, sharing the love, trying to build each other up Philly style. So thank you very much for all of the love and support from the Painted Lines. Speaking of Mr. Painted Lines, as we really should be calling him, Mr. Crackpot Media, how do you follow Will Smith in the mud? Follow the Fresh Prince.
Love dad jokes.
Absolutely. Wait, do we have another one? What did the baby corn say to the mama corn? Where's popcorn? Ah! Oh my God. I love dad jokes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
How do you get a blind guy to see? Take him by boat.
That's messed up.
How's that messed up?
It's not really. That's why I said I'm counting the joint practices and preseason game stats for Hurts too.
There you go.
That's
nice.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
I think it's time for you to mention one of our sponsors.
Isn't it? Oh wow! Yeah. Look at you! I'm so proud of you.
Got to, man. La-terrain.com.
Yeah. So what my good buddy Ryan is mentioning here is the official sponsor of the Philly Sports Alliance. It's La Terrain Watches. Head on over to www.la-terrain.com. phillybrocast.com. You can see it down right there for the spelling. They sell exquisite watches, accessories, sunglasses, you name it. They got some really cool stuff over there. High quality stuff for pretty reasonable prices. But even more reasonable when you use code PSA for site-wide discounts. That lets them know that we sent you over there. So, head on over there, get yourself a fat watch, and just look better.
You just use the term fat?
Yeah, a fat watch.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm just going to move right by that and also mention...
Six-pack coverage, baby. We got the swag. Thank you, Andrew, so much.
Dripping in swag.
Yeah, seriously. So we have joined up with Six-Pack Coverage based out in Tennessee. By the way, we do have to head down there because that would be cool to meet all the guys down there. But they are a social media company. They do podcasts, not only just for sports, but lifestyle and travel and food and fitness and finance and you name it. They got something for you. So head on over to sixpackcoverage.com. Check them out. Check us out on there as well. Our brother network, CEV Sports, based out of Philly, is down there as well. So we're kind of doing a little bit of a Philly takeover in Tennessee, bringing all the Philly sports and love down south. So check us out there. All of our shows can be streamed directly from their website as well. And check out some of the other awesome stuff they have there. So, but yeah, Reis rocking the new shirt. We got a couple of swag gifts this weekend. I forgot to wear mine today, but next time, I promise. Yeah.
We'll let you go.
All right. So now that we have transitioned to being done with that, want to talk a little Sixers. The draft is going to be coming up real soon, even though the finals are happening right now. It's 3-2, Golden State. The draft pretty much happens like immediately afterwards. Like 3 days, I think it is. So, and speaking of draft coverage, and I'll give them not only another plug, but this is a true statement. These guys right here. If you ever wanted to know something about a specific prospect that the Sixers might be interested in at number 23, head on over to thepaintedlions.com or their YouTube channel. Dude, they got shows and just highlights and just breakdown of these prospects. It's a phenomenal job, honestly. My hat's off to them. They put in a lot of time and effort to really put the work in there. So head on over to them for all your NBA draft coverage needs. One final dad joke here. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? A carrot.
That's good. That is good.
I love how they're always so bad that they're great.
That's the whole point.
That's the whole point. So, so Sixers, the draft is coming up. There's been rumors of them trying to move Danny Green and the number 1 pick around. Not sure exactly what they may be able to get for that, considering, Danny Green still owed, about $10 million expiring contract, won't be ready until mid-season. So not a lot of value there, but again, if they can get that money off the books and kind of make it work, that would be great. Obviously there's plenty of rumors floating around of Toby and Thibault and this, that, and the other. So, it could be a pretty exciting night trade-wise for the 76ers as Daryl Morey is continuing to try to find that true third superstar.
Yeah, I mean, there's options out there. There's players that you just have to be, willing to make that move. And I am seriously curious right now on, you said third superstar, right?
I did, yeah.
Joel being number 1. Who is number 2?
Hello, Ethan from Twitch. How are you? We always love our Twitch folk.
What's up, Ethan? Who is number 2 on your superstar list?
Harden.
All right, so you want to pick up a third superstar. That would give you that big three mentality, big three type of
Right, but
team build.
And if you have Maxey still on the team, you basically have 3.5.
You have Maxey, yes.
Right.
But in order to get your big three,
I don't agree.
You might have to get rid of him, dude.
You might. I don't think it's a necessity. Paul checks in again.
That can happen.
Would a trade of Toby and Thibault for Hayward and PJ Washington make sense for the Sixers? I don't know how it's tricky because you always got to make sure the money works out. I know Hayward makes a decent amount of money, but I don't know if that necessarily makes you any better. It might make you a little cheaper. But
I think Hayward's a little bit more, when healthy, a little bit more consistent than Toby. But, PJ Washington is a good defender. He's not as young as Thibault, nor, again, the way Thibault defends, I haven't seen many players. I think of like Bruce Bowen and players like that.
Yeah.
Really like top tier defenders. But honestly, I don't know if that'll work out.
Yeah, again, the money is always tricky with NBA trades. Paul says Maxey has to be number 2 over Harden moving forward. Not yet.
That's why I asked, because
not yet.
He literally transitioned into that star stat. I'm not saying superstar, all-star, but into a star status, in which this next year he only has to go down.
Right.
If he performs the way he did this year, I would have to imagine him being an all-star.
Hornets have 2 first-round picks in the top 15, so maybe a swap of 23 and one of their first-round picks. Again, yeah. Possibly, but again, I don't know player for player how that would be that beneficial. I'm not a huge fan of Hayward anyway. And personally, I think we need to focus on getting more forwards rather than guards. We seem to have
he can play small.
Yeah, he's more of a 3 than a 2. So, again, why bring in somebody when you're going to have them play not their best position?
The health issues is a big thing.
Well, yeah, the health issue is absolutely the number one thing. So,
it's not just a big injury; it's like he's had minor injuries. So,
yeah. But yeah, so we'll have more to talk about that next week as the finals conclude. Any day now, but most likely before Game 7 should be, if Game 7 happens, that'll be
hopefully not
Friday. So yeah, we'll be on air right after Game 7, should that take place. So we'll obviously discuss a little bit about that, and then the draft, like I said, is a few days after that. So so we'll kind of break down. Hopefully, we'll have a little bit more information as far as rumors go, but we'll talk about it then. Flyers, real quick before we get on out of here. Looks like they narrowed it down to 2: Trotzy and Tortellini. So we all know which one we all want, and we all know which one they'll actually sign. But we wait and see until that
Can you afford either of them is the question.
All right. Yes, Hayward makes about $30 a year. Toby is high 30s, so you'll save a little bit of money with a move, but it's got to be within a range. But yeah, so we'll see if the Flyers actually make a move by the time we're on air next week. Again, don't forget, right after this, Birds of the Round Table. I'm literally hopping off of here, hopping onto there. We're talking top plays from the Eagles 2021 season. So join me, the Bald Eagle, and Shane Haff and Dibes from the Painted Lines. So those two guys, Painted Lines, us two from the PSA, Philly Sports Alliance. So I cannot wait to talk about that. Man, Paul has all of the information, apparently. PJ Washington.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Paul with a plethora of information. Thank you, buddy. Paul, good people. All right. Well, we are heading out of here. Like I said, we got to get going. But we loved all the comments. Thank you so much. Paul, of course, bringing it hot. Mr. Crackpot Media himself. Ethan from Twitch. We love our Twitch people. Sean, the Painted Lines YouTube was checking in. Daryl, D-Rock, Dylan in the beginning about Happy Pride Month. So thank you guys. Appreciate it. We love all the support. We love all the likes, the follows, the shares. So keep doing that. The more you spread us around, the better it is. We're all just trying to build Philly up and make this the best sports media town there is. So thank you so much. We will see you guys next week. Finn, anything to add before we head on out?
I usually have a trivia question for you. I wasn't quite prepared for one today. The question that I'm going to ask might take you too much time, so we'll hit it next week.
That's fine. That's not a problem. I'll keep my streak alive, I think. And I don't know. But that's it for us. Thank you so much. We will see you guys next week on the Philly BroCast. I am Ryan.
And I'm Ryan. Peace out, bros.
Later, bro. Go Birds, go Sixers, go Phillies. Hopefully the Phillies can chip away that lead, but not likely.
4-0, bottom of the second, 2 outs.
There you go. All right. Yeah. All right, well, go Phils, go Sixers, go Birds, go Flyers.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you next week.